Now, see the greatest champions of all time in their most sensational and thrilling knockouts. You'll wince at the crushing attack of... See the ferocious fighting style of the explosive light heavyweight champion, Bob Foster. Almost feel the two-handed demolishing punches thrown by Smokin' Joe Frazier. Watch in awe at the devastating power of George Foreman. Marvel at the magnificent grace of the incomparable Muhammad Ali. See all of the great world boxing champions in the electrifying series, Knockout. It's November 21st, 1966, and the exciting young heavyweight Joe Frazier takes on the hard-hitting Eddie Machen in Los Angeles. Frazier in green trunks, Machen in white. Here in round one, Machen has taken some of the best punches Smokin' Joe can dish out, and he's hanging in there. The courageous Machen is always looking to get in that one big upset punch to turn the tide. But the tide turns the other way. Frazier, with his back to the camera, sends in a short left hook, and Machen goes through the ropes. Machen is stunned. He scrambles back into the ring and beats the count. Signals he's all right, and the round ends. Rounds 2 through 8 saw Machen continue to weaken under the hammer fists of Joe Frazier. Frazier working to the body and chin. Frazier has been nicknamed Smokin' Joe as a result of his relentless punching style. Joe Frazier has won all 12 of his professional fights, 11 by KO. Eddie Machen is a veteran with over 30 KOs to his credit. Perhaps one of Eddie's great moments in the ring was a close loss to the devastating power of Sonny Liston, when Liston was at his crushing best. Frazier stays on target, hitting a tired Eddie Machen from all angles. Here in the 10th and final round, Joe Frazier still looking for that one punch to end it all. Machen a very tired campaigner. The referee steps in and stops the fight, awarding a KO to Smokin' Joe Frazier, who continues his upward climb to the heavyweight championship of the world. It's February 14th, 1951. World's middleweight champion Jake LaMotta defends his title against the world's welterweight champion Sugar Ray Robinson in an all-time classic meeting between two great fighters. Robinson in white trunks and LaMotta have fought 5 times before, and LaMotta won only one of those fights. LaMotta is determined to hold on to his title, and here in round 11 tries to end it. Backing Robinson against the ropes, he opens up. Now LaMotta really pours it on. Robinson getting hit from all angles, but the gallant welterweight champion can take it as well as give it. He takes everything LaMotta can throw, and then, showing why he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, comes back punching furiously. These are two great champions at their fighting best. We now go to round 13. It's Robinson, after weathering that terrific barrage of punches, coming on to take charge. LaMotta seems to be arm-weary. He's tired, and Robinson, sensing this, opens up. Robinson snaps vicious jabs, follows with solid lefts and rights to the body and head. Robinson here in round 13 is going to land the hardest punches of the fight thus far. Stinging combinations with both hands will have the champion practically helpless. At this point in his career, LaMotta had never been knocked off his feet, but we don't know what's keeping him up. The referee wisely stops the contest when LaMotta is unable to defend himself. Sugar Ray Robinson, rallying from the brink of defeat, wins the middleweight championship of the world from a courageous Jake LaMotta. Another great presentation on Knockout. May 25th, 1965, and heavyweight champion Cassius Clay makes the first defense of his title against the man he took it from, Charles Sonny Liston. Knockout picks up the action in round one, and Liston in the black trunks is pursuing the fleet-footed champion all over the ring. Liston wants to get this fight over very quickly. Keep an eye on Clay's lightning-fast right hand. A short, jolting right to the jaw, and Liston goes down. The champion refuses to go to a neutral corner, and referee Joe Walcott tries to push Clay away. Liston still hasn't heard a number and doesn't have the slightest idea what the count is. Liston arises at the count of 14, and Walcott wipes his glove. Jersey Joe is still looking over at the official timer. The fight continues when Walcott leaves. Walcott comes back and stops the fight, awarding Clay a first-round knockout victory. But boxing fans remember vividly 27 years ago when Joe Louis, with his back to the camera, was knocked down in the first round of his title fight against Jim Braddock. But the referee jumped in immediately to give Joe the undeniable benefit of a loud and clear official count. When Rocky Marciano was met with a paralyzing left hook in the first round of his title fight with Jersey Joe Walcott, he went to the canvas for the first time in his career, but Rocky also immediately received a shouted count from the referee. Even Iron Jaw Jack Dempsey, to the left of your screen, was sent sprawling by Luis Firpo in the first round of their title fight, 1923. Within an instant, the referee was yelling out the count for the champion's benefit. Sonny Liston was not so fortunate. In slow motion, we will clearly see Liston's head jolt from the stopping power of Clay's lightning-fast straight right hand. There it is. Liston, obviously in desperate trouble, didn't have the slightest idea of how many seconds had elapsed all the time he was on the canvas. Who can say what would have happened if the referee had verbally assisted Liston with the official count? Cassius Clay wins by a first-round knockout in what has to be one of the most controversial fights in the history of boxing. It's May 16th, 1955. Heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano, makes the fifth defense of his title against Englishman Don Cockle. In the first 7 rounds, Marciano in white trunks landed repeatedly to build up a commanding lead. Here in round 8, Cockle in dark trunks gamely tries to find a way to cope with this tired fighting machine, Rocky Marciano. An overhand right catches the challenger on the jaw, and he hangs on. Champion Rocky Marciano all over Don Cockle here in round 8. A pulverizing right, and Cockle goes crashing through the ropes as the bell ends the round. Here in round 9, Marciano will be looking to finish it. A deadly combination and a paralyzing right drops the challenger. The referee picks up the count over a hurt Don Cockle. The referee wipes his gloves and signals the fight to continue. Marciano throwing dynamite from all angles. And Cockle goes down again. Cockle rises, looks to his corner, and gets hit with a murderous right-hand bomb. Wisely, the referee stops the fight. The blocked-in blockbuster, Rocky Marciano, scores a crushing 9th-round knockout over Don Cockle to retain his heavyweight crown.
You have not seen Tommy Morrison before. He's a young man that has a tremendous left hook. It's gotten better and better as he's moved ahead in the pro, and there you see it again to the body of Tillis. It's probably his big knockout weapon.
Morrison able to work the body very well. Still trying to really to get himself back in, but good left hand, down goes Tillis.
I guess he does have a good left hook.
4, 5, 6, 7. Tillis shakes his head, says, I'm not sure I want a lot more of this. Doesn't appear to be hurt.
Right, I think he's shocked that he got nailed with that punch.
And a right hand gets there also, and incidentally, that was set up by a body shot. Another left hand, Tillis is in trouble.
And this is a very small ring. There is nowhere for Tillis to go. It's about an 18-foot ring. Boy, Tommy Morrison has come out blazing.
And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a left behind it. An uppercut, and down goes Tillis. Very impressive.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And Tillis is still in a heap of trouble. And as you see, still halfway to go in the first round. Ain't going to take much, folks. Another left hand. I'll tell you what I like about Morrison here tonight is that he's been very patient.
His accuracy is amazing with his punches. This is a very good effort by Morrison, even if we're wondering if Tillis is... Well, there it is.
That's it. And that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Or a minute and 52 seconds. My addition's never been very good.
It's August 2nd, 1980. WBA welterweight champion Pepino Cuevas defends his title against the Motor City Cobra Tommy Hearns. Here in round one, Pepino Cuevas in black trunks is being pursued by the much taller challenger. Hearns lands a tremendous right and follows it up with a barrage of punches. Here in round two, Hearns continues to throw bombs from all angles. A pulverizing right hurts Cuevas, and Hearns pours it on. Cuevas trying to come back, but Hearns has a huge reach advantage. Referee Stanley Christodoulou separates the two men. Hearns looking for that one big bomb, and Cuevas misses with a vicious left hook. An explosive 1-2 by the challenger. Cuevas trying to find a way to fend off this murderous punching challenger. Two dynamite rights, and Cuevas crumbles to the canvas. Referee Christodoulou immediately picks up the count. The referee signals for the fight to continue, but the champion's cornermen have entered the ring to save their fighter from further punishment. Tommy Hearns becomes the new WBA welterweight champion. It's November 30th, 1979. Wilfred Benitez defends his WBC welterweight crown against 1976 Olympic champion Sugar Ray Leonard. Here in round three, the champion Benitez in blue trunks is boxing cautiously. A stiff left jab by Leonard sends Benitez to the canvas. Benitez says he's all right, and referee Carlos Padilla picks up the count. The referee motions the fighter to continue. Sugar Ray Leonard looks for an opening against the slick boxing champion. Benitez looking to counter. In rounds 4 through 14, Leonard was the aggressor. Here in the 15th and final round, both men realize this could be the deciding round of the fight. Both men throwing bombs. Leonard pours it on, and Benitez comes right back. Benitez goes to the body and then lands a terrific right to the jaw. Benitez lands a good left and then gets hit with a lightning left hook by Leonard and goes down. Padilla picks up the count. Leonard looking to finish it. Padilla asks the champion if he's okay, and Benitez says yes. Leonard unleashes an avalanche of leather, and Carlos Padilla steps in to stop it. Sugar Ray Leonard scores a 15th round knockout over Wilfred Benitez to win the WBC welterweight championship of the world. It's July 21st, 1927, and the Manassas Molar Jack Dempsey meets the colorful Boston Gob Jack Sharkey. Knockout picks up the first round, and we see Dempsey to the left of your screen advancing on the younger Sharkey, only to be met with hard punches. Dempsey was staggered by that combination. He's trying to hold on, but the referee separates the fighters. Showing the stuff of which great champions are made, Dempsey shakes off Sharkey's best punches. Jack Sharkey, now with his back to the camera, got this match with Dempsey to decide which of the two would fight heavyweight champion Gene Tunney. By the 7th round, Sharkey shows his future championship form by taking a solid lead over Dempsey. That's Dempsey to the left of your screen in the striped trunks, giving Sharkey a real going over at close quarters. Look at the ex-champion work away at Sharkey's midsection. Sharkey turns to the referee to protest, and Dempsey lands a left hook that floors the younger man. Sharkey is writhing on the canvas in obvious pain. The referee continues to shout the count. 8, 9, 10. That's it. Jack Sharkey is assisted to his feet by Dempsey, but let's look at that controversial knockout again in slow motion. Watch Dempsey get in those body blows. Now Sharkey turns to the referee, and Dempsey lands that left. Sharkey tumbles flat on his face. Dempsey stands over the fallen fighter, momentarily confused. Now he goes to a neutral corner. Jack Dempsey scores an official 7th round knockout over Jack Sharkey. Yankee Stadium, June 26, 1959. Knockout takes you to ringside and a boxing upset. Underdog challenger Ingemar Johansson paws awkwardly with his left, then shoots a sharp right to the chin of heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson. Patterson is down. He is hurt. Experts will point out that Johansson used the same thunder right to take out Eddie Machen 7 months prior to this fight. That powerful right-hand punch didn't knock Patterson out, but it was the single blow that sent him ultimately to defeat. The Swedish and European champion, Johansson, hits Patterson with everything. Patterson tries to fight back, tries to stay low and inside, tries desperately to hold on to his championship. But Johansson has the game Floyd Patterson, and Johansson knows it. Knockout will forego the usual commentary at this point so that you'll be able to see the action as it happened. Patterson's corner tells Floyd to stay low and hold on if he can, but Patterson will be sent to the canvas 7 times as Johansson pulls the upset of the year. A bewildered, stunned, but game Floyd Patterson loses his heavyweight championship to Ingemar Johansson. But there'll be other nights and other fights, and you'll see them all on Knockout. It's July 7th, 1952, and world welterweight champion Kid Gavilan defends his title against the pride of Philadelphia, knockout specialist Gil Turner. The previous 4 rounds have been a real slugfest. Here in round 5, Kid Gavilan in white trunks is facing a persistent and fierce attack by Gil Turner. This is the fight everyone has been waiting for. Turner in the dark trunks is a non-stop punching sensation. In 31 professional bouts, Gil Turner has an unbelievable 25 knockouts. Among his KO victims are Charlie Fusari, Bo Jack, and Ike Williams. But Gavilan can bomb with the best. His combination punches are bullet fast, and this tremendous hand speed has always given him a distinct edge against any opponent. Round 6 through 10 were very close. In round 11, Gavilan and Turner are still at it, where the champion is getting off some explosive combinations, and he rocks Turner backward against the ropes. Gavilan is trying to end it with a turn of punches. The crowd is cheering him on so wildly, they're shaking the camera stand. Turner tries to fight back. He's still dangerous, but Gavilan is not letting up. And now Gavilan has Turner groggy. The champion wants to finish with a KO. Turner is showing great courage, trying to weather the storm, but the referee jumps in to stop the fight. Kid Gavilan wins an incredible non-stop battle with a knockout finish over Gil Turner to retain his world welterweight title. It's May 23rd, 1981. Junior middleweight champion of the world, Maurice Hope, defends his title against former junior welterweight and welterweight champion Wilfred Benitez. Here in round 10, challenger Wilfred Benitez in blue trunks has built up a slight lead in the scoring. Champion Maurice Hope in black has been unable to penetrate the magnificent defense of the former two-time champion. An overhand right, and Hope crashes through the canvas. The referee picks up the count as the bell ends the round. In round 11, the challenger continued to be the aggressor. Here in round 12, Benitez is looking to land that one big punch. A vicious right rocks the champion. Benitez looking to join legends Bob Fitzsimmons, Henry Armstrong, Tony Canzonieri, and Barney Ross as the only man to win titles at 3 different weights. Benitez forcing Hope backward. Champion Hope has been unable to get off throughout the fight. A pulverizing right crashes on Hope's jaw, and he sinks to the canvas. Hope is out cold. The referee is counting, but it's all over. Wilfred Benitez becomes the 5th Triple Crown winner in boxing history with an electrifying 12th round knockout of Maurice Hope in Las Vegas. It's July 18th, 1951, and heavyweight champion Ezzard Charles takes on Jersey Joe Walcott. In round 7, we see the champion, Ezzard Charles, wearing black trunks, engaged in a very close battle with the rugged Walcott. This is the 3rd contest between these two men, and although Charles won both times, each fight was a very close decision. Charles promised that he would be a very active champion when he beat Walcott to fill the spot vacated by Joe Louis. This is his 9th defense in 2 years, a pace that makes him one of the busiest champions ever. Jersey Joe Walcott has been on the fringe of the title scene for 4 years now, starting with a split decision loss to Joe Louis back in 1947. Now keep an eye on Walcott's left. Charles collapses like a sack of grain after that incredibly well-timed punch explodes on his jaw. The champion struggles to rise. He's on his feet, but he stumbles backwards from the continuing effects of that devastating punch. Let's watch that again in knockout slow motion. Walcott comes in almost nonchalantly. Now here comes that left hook. That punch twisted Charles' head almost completely around. Look at his distorted features. Charles crumples to the canvas. There is pandemonium in the ring after this incredible sudden ending. Walcott's handlers are ecstatic as Jersey Joe is the new heavyweight champion. Ezzard Charles is helped to his feet, still under the effects of that smashing knockout punch. It's March 17th, 1984. WBC lightweight champion of the world, Edwin Rosario, defends his title against the hard-hitting Roberto Elizondo in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Here in the opening round, Rosario's in trunks with dark waistband. Roberto Elizondo has his name on his trunks. This is Rosario's first fight this year. In his last fight 10 months ago, Edwin won a close, hard-fought 12-round decision from Mexico's Jose Ramirez to win the title vacated by the great Alexis Arguello. Both men shooting out stiff jabs. Champion and challenger boxing cautiously here in round one. Rosario slipping all those punches beautifully. Rosario loves to come in behind that great jab. A stinging jab by Rosario. A right hand hurts Elizondo, and Rosario pours it on. A pulverizing right explodes off Elizondo's jaw, and he drops to the canvas. Referee Davey Pearl immediately picks up the count, while Elizondo tries to clear the cobwebs from the pile driver right. Rosario moves in to finish it. Rosario throwing bombs, and Elizondo goes down again. With the help of the ring ropes, he wearily pulls himself up, but referee Davey Pearl stops the fight. Edwin Rosario retains his lightweight crown with a first-round demolition of Roberto Elizondo in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's September 25th, 1962, and heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson defends his title for the 8th time in Chicago against Sonny Liston. Much has been written about this fight, but perhaps one thing hasn't been. Patterson in dark trunks came to fight, but crossed up all the pre-fight predictions by carrying the fight to the challenger. Liston gets home some hard punches early in round one that hurt Patterson, but he gamely moves into his opponent. Patterson is a proud champion. Liston, you will note, has a good left hand, very quick for a big man. Patterson at times lunges at an opponent. It could be dangerous against Liston. Patterson still moving to the challenger Liston. His corner wants him to stay low. Patterson, the youngest man ever to win the heavyweight championship and the only man ever to regain it, is an 8-5 underdog in this fight. Patterson neglects to stay low, and Liston gets to him against the ropes with lefts and rights, ties him up the world, and you saw it on knockout. It's October 24th, 1978. NABF light heavyweight champion Matthew Saad Muhammad defends his title against exciting Yaki Lopez. In rounds 1 through 6, Lopez in blue was on defense. Here in round 7, he lands a crushing right that staggers the champion. Lopez follows it up with a barrage of leather. Muhammad covering up from these punches. Muhammad staggers backward across the ring. Lopez stays right on top of it. Muhammad covering up, waiting for Lopez to punch himself out. The referee watching the action closely. Lopez is getting tired. Muhammad smiling. Muhammad coming back. Now it's Muhammad on the offense. Lopez is all punched out. Muhammad pouring it on. Rounds 8 through 10 were all the champions. Here in round 11, Lopez is in serious trouble. Muhammad looking to land that one big knockout bomb. Lopez is hurt, and the referee steps in and stops it. Matthew Saad Muhammad thrills his hometown Philadelphia fans with a knockout win over Yaki Lopez. It's September 24th, 1935, and two great knockout punchers, Joe Louis and Max Baer, meet in New York City. As Knockout picks up the action in the first round, we see Baer in the trunks without the stripes, about to explode with a series of jolting punches. Joe tries to hold on, but Maxie bores in. Now Louis starts throwing leather himself. Now it's Baer who's in trouble. Baer is trying to cover up. Joe's looking for a spot to hit for a quick knockout. Baer still caught in that corner. He's got his left on Joe's head, trying to hold him off. The bell rings, much to the relief of Max Baer. By the third round, Louis has the fight completely in control. And though Baer is always dangerous, Louis is out-timing him. The Brown Bomber's got Baer by the ropes again. A straight right, and Maxie crumbles to the canvas. Baer is trying to beat Louis so he can get a rematch with Jim Braddock, a man he lost his title to only 3 months before. But as Maxie gets off the canvas to face a devastating Joe Louis, his chances don't look too good. Baer is very tough, but Louis lands 3 left hooks that throw Max again. Once again, Baer is saved by the bell. In the fourth round, it seems only a matter of time before Joe brings the fight to a close. Baer tries to stay at close quarters, but Louis pushes him away. Watch the delayed effect of Joe's following right. Maxie slumps to the canvas, and although he gets to one knee, he's not able to reach his feet. Joe Louis wins by a fourth round knockout and gets one step closer to the heavyweight title. It's May 2nd, 1982. Knockout punching Edwin Rosario of Puerto Rico takes on veteran lightweight Edwin Viruet in Las Vegas. In round one, neither man had a decided edge. Rosario is wearing black trunks, Viruet is in white. A blinding right sends Viruet crashing to the canvas. He rises immediately and says he's okay from that explosive right. The referee wipes his gloves and signals the fight to continue. Rosario with a barrage of leather sends Viruet careening across the ring. Here in round 3, Rosario is loading up on every punch, trying to send this Las Vegas crowd home early. Viruet trying to force the action. A deadly right and another forced Viruet to hold on to the ring rope. A good 1-2 by Viruet, and both men hold. Each man looking for an opening on the inside. A devastating right drops Viruet like a fallen tree. Viruet courageously tries to get to his feet and clear his head from that perfectly timed punch. It's all over. Edwin Rosario scores a smashing third-round knockout over Edwin Viruet and puts himself in line for a shot at the lightweight title. It's August 23rd, 1977. Hard-hitting southpaw Marvin Hagler takes on slick boxing Willie Monroe in Philadelphia. In round one, Monroe in green trunks boxed sharply and won the round. Here in round two, Hagler in red trunks is trying to get inside the snapping left of Monroe. This is the second meeting of these two men. In the first meeting 18 months ago, Monroe in green trunks boxed magnificently and won a 10-round decision. Hagler vowed to avenge that loss with a knockout tonight. Crisp punching by both fighters. There's that long jab by Monroe. A dynamite left by Monroe. Rocks Hagler, but he stays right in there. Both men throwing bombs. A quick combination by Hagler, and Monroe comes right back. A left hurts Monroe, and he holds on. The referee separates the two men. A vicious right hand sends Monroe crashing to the canvas. Monroe in desperate trouble, trying to clear his head from that wicked right. He's up, but staggers backward across the ring. Wisely, the referee stops the fight. Marvin Hagler scores a shocking second-round knockout over Willie Monroe and proves to all he's ready for a shot at the middleweight crown. It's April 13th, 1959, and Carlos Ortiz of Puerto Rico, ranked third in the lightweight division, takes on Len Matthews of Philadelphia. Going into this fight, Matthews in dark trunks has a record of 13 KOs and 4 wins. He is undefeated as a professional fighter. In round 6, Ortiz stays with his man. Both men have a lot of respect for each other. Matthews trying to win a big one. Ortiz with his eyes on Joe Brown's lightweight title. Ortiz gets home a left-right combination, and Matthews is hurt. Now it's Ortiz staying after his man. Ortiz pins Matthews against the ropes. It's Ortiz banging home sharp, accurate combinations. But Matthews refuses to give up, showing great stamina and courage. Matthews, fighting from instinct, won't go down. Ortiz continues the attack. The referee finally calls a halt, and Carlos Ortiz wins a big one over Lenny Matthews. Ortiz moves up another notch in his quest for the lightweight championship. It's March 9th, 1951. Two dynamite-punching heavyweights, Rex Lane and Bob Satterfield, meet in New York City. Bob Satterfield wears white trunks, Rex Lane in black. A jolting right by Satterfield sends Lane to one knee. The referee picks up the count. Lane is up at the count of 9. His gloves are white, and the fight continues. Both fighters box sharply in rounds 2 to 6. Here in round 7, it's anybody's fight. A furious exchange by both men. The bell ends the round. Here in round 8, Satterfield presses the attack. Each man is respectful of the other's punching ability. A quick jab and a powerful right by Lane drops Satterfield. Satterfield looks hurt. The referee picks up the count. Satterfield rises and the fight continues. Lane moves in to finish it. The referee stops the fight, saving Bob Satterfield from further punishment. Rex Lane stops Bob Satterfield in 8 rounds and moves up the ladder to a shot at the heavyweight championship. It's November 22nd, 1986. WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Trevor Berbick, defends his crown against the #1 contender, 20-year-old Mike Tyson, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tyson on the left is trying to make boxing history tonight. If he wins, he'll become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. A torrent of punches rocks Berbick, and the champion almost goes down. Tyson stays right on him, trying to finish him here in the opening round. Another crippling left. Berbick is trying to last the round. Tyson in complete control. Referee Mills Lane struggles to break them as the round comes to a close. Here in round 2, the champion is using all his experience to fend off the rampaging Tyson. Both men trying to work inside. Tyson rocks Berbick with another wicked combination. Both men working in close as referee Mills Lane watches the action closely. Tyson misses with an uppercut, then lands a left hook, and the champion is down. Berbick struggles to get to his feet, but tumbles backwards into the ropes. His legs are completely gone from that one dynamite punch. It's all over. Mike Tyson becomes the youngest champion in heavyweight history with a dramatic second-round knockout of Trevor Berbick. Now, see the greatest champions of all time in their most sensational and thrilling knockout. Almost feel the two-handed demolishing punches thrown by Smokin' Joe Frazier. Watch in awe at the devastating power of George Foreman. You'll marvel at the magnificent grace of the incomparable Muhammad Ali. See all of the great world boxing champions in the electrifying series Knockout.